now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
All right, man, we gonna get on this Indian Red Boy story. This is one of them stories that take you back. This is when the internet was a little bit more serious than it is today. This is when people really didn't understand about sharing locations, about getting on live and being in these areas on live, especially sitting in the car. And this one right here, I remember clear as day because I stayed in Hawthorne on 135th in Lemoli when this happened, man. And when this happened, it was already things that was leading up to this incident. I believe that we seen it was him and another guy when Nipsey Hussle passed away. Y'all remember the mirror they had of Nipsey Hussle? I guess these guys crossed it out allegedly. I don't know. I wasn't there.
These guys stand up for the community out here, man. That's what they got. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep standing. This nigga died for this scares, and niggas out here acting like it ain't nothing. Yes, nigga. I feel like a nigga Martin Luther King right now. It's our area, we gonna protect it. It's our section, my nigga. We gonna hold it down with force. I don't give a fuck. The rest of you niggas shouldn't either. What up, cuzzo? Man, that's why we out here, cuz. We tripping.
Nigga, they just did that this morning, nigga.
Nigga, they just did it this morning. That's why I'm standing right.
Like I always say, I wasn't there, but this, you know, the rumor that was going on the internet. And when this happened, man, it was like, wow, it's so close. Because like I say, I stayed in Hawthorne. Actually, when Nipsey Hussle passed away, I stayed in Hawthorne. I remember rolling up Crenshaw, man, going down there to the Marathon store, seeing it take off. It was a lot of crazy things going on around this time. So we're going to cover this Indian Red Boy story, man. You know, you see these type of cases and you wonder what happened. Whatever happened, did they catch these guys? And, you know, like I always say, man, there's no getting away in today's time. You will eventually get caught. So let's get to this video right here. And this is one of the main reasons why me, per se, I don't like to sit in cars, man. And rest in peace to this young boy. Let's get to this content, man. Before we do that, man, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. Let's go check it out. All right, let's go over and see what they talking about, man.
Like, you ain't got nothing on you right now. What would you do, fool?
Damn about that, fool.
All right, we're going to stop it right there, man. That's crazy, man. He telling his partner, man, you ain't got nothing on you right now. Basically, you slip it. The whole time he's sitting in the car while somebody is walking up prepared to take his life. I don't want to show this part, even though it's still blurred out. I'm going to try to get past this as much as I can, man. I don't, that's why I stopped the video. So let's start it right here and go from here, man.
What the
that was shot and killed. Inside this car, there are a lot of bullet holes inside that windshield.
In today's video, we're going to be talking.
Let me stop. What y'all noticed from that video? I think this was what, 2019, somewhere around there, 18 or 19, a couple of years ago, right? But we all seeing the same thing even in today's time. Everybody that get up here and they throw them middle fingers up to them dudes, hood cross them dudes, hood out. Only thing you're doing now is making yourself visible. You're making yourself a target. It's not like back in the days where you go cross somebody's neighborhood out with a can of spray paint and put your name. They might knew your name, but they didn't know your face. Now, when you get on the internet and you do anything that's disrespectful, your face is the target now.
Talking about Capone 5, aka Infant Capone from the Rolling Hundreds. We're going to cover everything, like how he would be arrested and sentenced for the murder of Indian Red Boy, to how he would still catch more cases while in the county jail. Then we're also going to break down how his two co-defendants would be from 5-5 neighborhood and they would take the stand on him. But let's dive into it. And like we said, Infant Capone, aka Capone number 5, would be from the Rolling Hundreds, aka the Westmont district. And as a kid, he would be in and out of juveniles and YAs, but we're going to start off with his first adult case. And his first adult arrest would happen on November 26th of 2020, and he was arrested at the age of 18. And he would be arrested and charged for 1 count of evading police, 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle, and 1 count of unlawful firearm activity. He would then have to sit in the county jail for about 4 months fighting this case, but on March 25th of 2021, they would allow him to post a $35,000 bail. He would then be able to fight this case from the streets for the next 5 months, but on August 30th of 2021, he would take a plea deal on this case, and he would plead no contest to count 1, which is evading police, and he would have the other 2 counts dismissed. And on that day of August 30th of 2021, they would give him 3 years of probation. He would then be a free man for a little over 3 months, but on December 14th of 2021, he would be arrested again, and this time it would be for a major case. And on this case, him and 2 others would be arrested for 1 count of murder, and he would be charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. But as you can see...
Okay, so that was 2021. It was around that time, man. But yeah, man, still a cold case, man. Still a cold situation, man. 2 for 1. Well, 3. I guess he had a co-defendant. Man, all these dudes is gone, man. All off of what? We know what it's about. The streets, man. And this come with it. This come with the territory. We all know that. But this could be a learning lesson for, kids that's growing up. This could be a learning lesson from y'all, man. A lot of people going to have to go through it for other people to learn from it, man.
To the right, the offense dates July 8th of 2021, which would be a whole 5 months before he was even arrested. And on that day of July 8th of 2021, somebody named Ller Rivera, who was 21 years old, was shot and killed in Hawthorne. And Ller Rivera would actually be Indian Red Boy. And on that day of July 8th of 2021, police would respond to a call of a shooting at 4:10 in the afternoon. The shooting happened on Chandran Avenue, and when police responded, they would find a 21-year-old male slumped in the front seat of a vehicle. He was shot multiple times, and he was pronounced dead on the scene. And this whole thing would be recorded on Instagram Live, while Indian Red Boy was on Instagram Live with baby Capone from Inglewood Families. And it's ironic that his killer would actually have the same moniker as Capone. But like we said, the murder happened on July 8th of 2021. And don't forget that infant Capone from the Rolling Hunnits actually bailed out on March 25th of 2021. So he was actually out on a $35,000 bail while he committed this murder. And like we said, infant Capone from the Rolling Hunnits wasn't arrested until 5 months after the murder in December. And this right here would be why. Like we said, there would be 3 people on this case, and 2 of them would be from 5-5 Neighborhood Crip. And they would both be arrested on October 27th of 2021, which was 2 months before infant Capone would even be arrested or be a suspect in this case. And at first, it would only be the 2 members of 5-5 Neighborhood that was arrested for the murder. And they would both end up cooperating with police and telling them exactly what happened. The first co-defendant would tell police that he lived nearby to where the shooting happened.
When the police get you, that be the sound that soon, that instead of that alarm go off, that what goes off in their car. We got him, Mr. Magic. Then when they get you, that's what they get you. It's over with, man. Let's get back to this, man.
And they would pretty much tell detectives that they had no clue the shooting was going to take place. And they would both blame the whole thing on Capone 5, aka Infant Capone from the Rolling Hunnits. They would all then have to sit in the county jail while fighting this case for the next 3 years. But on February 6th of 2024, the first co-defendant would take a plea deal on this case. And since he gave a statement and testified, they would reduce the murder to assaulting a person with a semi-automatic firearm. And as you can see, the murder would say dismissed due to plea negotiation. Wow. But as you can see, the date would say November 8th of 2024, which would be 9 months after he took this plea deal. But that's because on November 8th of 2024 is the day that Capone 5 would start trial. So pretty much they would dismiss the murder as long as he testified on that day. And the second co-defendant would take his plea deal on October 30th of 2024. And he would have the murder reduced to assaulting a person with a semi-automatic firearm also. And like we said, he would also give a statement and testify on Infant Capone from Rolling Hunnits.
All right, now look, your homies go with you on a mission. They all bad, they all gangsters. These y'all homies. Go with you on a mission. Y'all get caught. The homies turn you in, and now they free. All because but they was all down to go with you at first. And then look, man.
And as for Capone number 5 from the Rolling Hunnits, he would be convicted by a jury and found guilty on November 8th of 2024. And he would be guilty on both counts. And even though he was found guilty on November 8th of 2024, he wouldn't be sentenced until a later date. But on that same day of November 8th of 2024, the first co-defendant would be sentenced to 6 years in state prison. But as you can see at the bottom, he would have 2,217 days of total credit, which would be exactly 6 years. So on that day of November 8th of 2024, the first co-defendant would be a free man. And as for the second co-defendant, he would be sentenced on November 20th of 2024, and they would give him 6 years in state prison also. But as you can see at the bottom, he would have 1,288 days of total credit, which would be 3.5 years. And as for Infant Capone from the Rolling Hunnits, while he was waiting to be sentenced, he would catch a few new cases while in the county jail. On March 18th of 2025, they would arrest him for a riot that happened in the county jail. And they would charge him with 1 count of battery by gassing a CO, 1 count of using force or violence in a county jail, and 1 count of concealing a dagger. And don't forget, he was already found guilty on the murder, so I'm sure this case didn't affect him much. But now he would be fighting this case, and he would still be waiting to be sentenced for the murder. And 9 months after being found guilty, they would sentence him to 29 years to life on August 22nd of 2025. As you can see, 25 years to life for the actual crime, plus 4 years consecutive to count 1 for enhancements. And as for count 2, the felon in possession of a firearm, they would give him 2 years to run concurrent with count 1. And just 6 days after being found guilty, they would dismiss the case of the riot in the county jail. And they would dismiss every single count on August 28th of 2025. However, just 3 days later, on September 1st of 2025, he would be arrested again for a whole new case. And they would charge him with 1 count of custodial possession of a weapon.
Hey, man, a lot of times we be thinking dudes is crazy, man. These dudes be having mental problems, man. This dude might have had a mental problem the whole time, probably needed help, because it seemed like he just continue after having a high one. You get found guilty, and you still continue to do the same thing that got you in there, man. This is deeper than just being crazy, man. I'm talking about when you crazy in the streets. He definitely have a mental problem, man.
But after just 2 months, they would dismiss this case due to lack of a speedy trial on November 14th of 2025. So as of right now, Infant Capone, aka Capone 5 from the Rolling Hundreds, is serving a 29-year to life sentence for the murder of Indian Red Boy. And that right there is going to wrap it up for this story.
All right, I'm going to get up out of there, man. Let's go find this page. This is Respectable Rants, man. Let me subscribe too. I ain't even subscribed. Telling y'all to subscribe. Y'all go over and subscribe to their channel, man. Let me show y'all what it is, man, so y'all get a better look and better understanding what you're searching for when you go look what you're looking for. This is them right there, man. Go check out their page. They have a lot of stories like this. It's Compton Rick Rock. Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. I catch all of y'all on the next one.